Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Libra. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me, keeping me safe. It's just this card here. Libra, Page of Wands with the Hermit. So the plan is to focus and be focused on what is good, what is to be healed, what you need to take care of. Here we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups with the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So again, what we need to heal is that stubborn sense. That Nine of Wands, we're not trusting our instincts, and we know we need to. Again, the wisdom. Nine of Cups, we're looking for satisfaction, but we're coming into stubbornness. We know we need to change that mindset, and it's going to take pretty much everything we have to keep that. Well, not to keep it, but to change the mindset so that we can find peace, be at peace, and really love ourselves. It's a question of choosing to take care of you, Libra, because you like to take care of everybody, and that can be dangerous, very dangerous for you, because who's going to say no, don't take care of me? Who's going to say that when they know that they don't have to lift a finger when Libra is there doing everything? This is why you need to pay attention to you. Put down the burdens of others. Really think about what you want, and have that deliberation, whether it is inside of yourself or with other people, so that you could have your satisfaction, that you could sit and say, well, I've done the work, I'm putting my feet up and I need a rest. And no, I'm sorry, you can get your own. I'm not going to the refrigerator for you. Sometimes that's what it takes, to really be a little selfish. And it's not a bad thing. It's just to remember that you're always giving. That is coming to an end because you've been hurt more than enough times to know it. Now it's over. No more. I'm not tolerating that behavior anymore. I'm speaking my truth, and I really don't give a fuck. That is what this guy represents here. It's harsh, it's crass, sometimes it's downright violent, the wording that could come, but sometimes it's needed. I'm not saying that you have to curse and be crass all the time, but it's a mindset. It's like you mean what you say, but you put it in a way that don't mess with me, is how they feel at the end. Okay, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do that anymore with Libra. That's the message you want to bring to the table. Choosing your happiness, really choosing it, really saying, you know what, it's going to make me happy not to get up and serve. It's going to make me happy to sit, put my feet up. I think I'll just stay in and watch a movie instead of creating a night out for others that I have to more or less pay for with my energy or with my wallet. Libra, you have me going here. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. Libra, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. I'm using the Stained Glass Tarot by James Edward, and I'm using the Celtic Cross spread with this deck. I'm contemplating to change. I will change for September, I just haven't decided what. what spread. But we're in August, so let's talk about August. We have the sun, perfectly timed for our 5 of Wands. So truth, you're not battling it out anymore. You're calling it up, and you're putting everybody in their place, because everybody has a version. And then there is the whole truth, nothing but the truth. What is your version, and do you really believe it? You are following your instincts, and you're allowing Spirit to guide you as to the path of truth that you will follow. It's a slow process, Libra, because you are literally programmed to serve. You feel that you will not be complete unless you are helping someone or lifting a burden off of someone. And for some of you out there, you just keep falling in with relationships where they take advantage of that. And that is only because Spirit wants you to understand that you have to say no sometimes. To the point where it's to your own detriment if you don't, because you're still looking for commitment. No matter what messed up relationship you end up in, you always say, well, okay, I'm out of this one now, I'm going to get another one that's going to be better for me. And what happens? You end up with another one that's the same. Then you're on the fence. What do I do? Should I stay? Should I go? Your reward is just that. Confusion. But this is not a bad reward. This is being rewarded for stepping up to the plate and saying, no more, I don't want this, I don't want no more of this. I had enough. I'm choosing to be single until I'm ready for a commitment. That is how the energy plays when it comes down to planets going in retrograde, which is where we are now with Mercury. I mean, I think Mars came out of retrograde not too long ago. Jupiter is in Gemini, so our thought processing, our action, our work is expanding. We're paying attention to what we want. Mindset coming into balance, because you're making that stand. You're saying out loud and in your head, I will not be treated like a doormat anymore. Because somebody's ego tripping has thrown things out of balance for you one time too many, and now you're starting to wake up to that, and you're saying to yourself, I've had enough. I've had enough. The Hierophant learned the lesson. You have come through with flying colors. In some cases, you are just opening up your eyes to this reality, and you're hungry for independence. Others of you are digesting that form of independence, saying, yeah, I'm in charge. I follow my instincts. I follow my heart, and I am determined to be a winner. Again, it's gaining on independence. It's gaining on really getting to the relationship that will be a long-lasting commitment. Five of Cups here says that you're missing something, someone, but you're healing from that, and you're moving away from what was the norm, what was. The fact that you have to heal from missing someone is because the relationship was overbearing. It was too much. Sometimes we have to talk about those painful things or those painful relationships, so that we can hear ourselves say the things that it's astounding, you know. I can't believe I allowed that. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I spent so much, that kind of thing. And then you realize that who you're spending and giving and exerting yourself for wouldn't even lift a finger to help you. Or they walk away when you ask for help. And this is where the tower either has already come down or it's going to come down. All right. I don't know if I said I'm using the Adriana Ayales Herbal Astrology Oracle, but that I am still using. It is for psychological, it is for physiological as well, and spiritual and mental and physical healing. Now, of course, you take it as it resonates. If the messages with the cards don't resonate, you don't need to try and force it to fit. Take the cards at random, and here we go. Commitment. You are committed. You are the essence of commitment, Libra. You will sacrifice your whole life to be a giving person. But the plan is you want to focus on commitment, on what is a true commitment. Someone who treats you fairly, equally, that you're on the same page with. You're not forcing a commitment. Obsession here. Control. Having that control, being in control. Having a hold on someone. That's your mindset, to be in control of the commitment. Now, you want to be careful. You don't want to start becoming the monster that you just defeated, okay? We want to know that if we are obsessed with something, that we are aware of that obsession, because this could be anything here. But I do feel the control is more of taking the control rather than giving over the control of a commitment or even a relationship to another person. You are holding that ground. You are paying attention to what is too much when it comes to your sense of commitment. Your focus is on overcoming and taking care of and really following to your plan. And whatever your plan is, well, that's everybody, that's individual. But it is pertaining to commitment, of course. I mean, you want to start anew and you're making new plans. You want to get involved in, or you want to continue with, could be someone, or you're thinking about who you were interested in or who you were or still are interested in, and their addictions, their obsessions. Like, you're really learning from what is going on around you. You're following your instinct. You're really grounded in that sense of, you understand how much you should give and where to draw the line. You know that deep down inside, because this is where you're rooted. This is what is holding you up. You're looking into and thinking about obsession, addiction, even how to manipulate and being manipulated, and if you are manipulated and how you were manipulated, and anything that goes on with someone else taking control of your life. You're thinking about all those things. In the past, you had a King of Wands, so someone who may have been quite egotistical or overbearing in that sense, because again, the devil here is blocking. You're either blocking someone, or you're thinking about all the blockages that you had within a particular commitment. Coming back to someone not too long ago that you may have been dealing with, or referring to them in that sense. And moving away or changing the direction of the relationship, or just completely moving away from that type of individual. Again, focusing on all of what is narcissistic and overbearing and just downright trouble, addictions per se. I mean, you know, whatever is in the negative here, or over indulgence, you're thinking about that and moving away from that, because you want to be solid and grounded in a commitment that is worthy. You're thinking you need to change how you see commitments. You need to make a new plan on what kind of commitment you really want to get into. You're looking at moving away from these types of individuals or these types of commitments for your future. You're looking at, I don't want to go in that direction. I want to go in a whole other direction. I just want to see something different. I want to be with different types of people. A whole left turn there. Like, you're not verging into a new lane. You're going completely left or completely right. Instead of south, you're going north, or vice versa. I mean, you know what I mean. The Wheel of Fortune is where you are now. You're looking at where I am, what is my destiny, what am I living now that is different, because Jupiter is on your side. So you're feeling like you were able to escape some overindulgence or some narcissistic type relationship. You're feeling like you're free. You're feeling lucky, in other words. But you want to know what your destiny is at the same time. You're hearing about the Lion's Gate. You're feeling, okay, summer looks good. I keep hearing good things about August. And yeah, you are in your element, in the sense where you are lucky, because you are. When Libra, you have a because you are such a giving and loving, endearing person, Jupiter smiles on that. Jupiter smiles on that, because you get back what you give out. So you're gaining at this point, whether you're thinking, I want to take a chance, or I feel my luck is changing because I survived, I got away from, I feel freer, I have that sense of freedom, I'm in control of my future. I don't want to go into the astrology, but Jupiter is in Gemini, and that is a good thing. That is abundance coming. Could be that your luck is changing to that aspect of relationship wise, where you're going to get a relationship that is worthy. Because when this card shows up, it's usually something very good happening or coming. And this is in the now is where this card is. Here we see the Page of Swords. So someone wants to speak. Someone wants to give information, or they want to understand better something more about you. Maybe you've met someone and they're curious. Their curiosity is in what makes you tick, how to get to you. Or this could just be someone who is looking for information about you. Someone's interested in you. Now, it's not a knight and it's not a king, it's a page. So be very wary of pages, because they usually don't stick around very long, or they are just curious about, and that's what they don't stay. So it's in conversation now. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It could just mean that there's someone who is interested in you and they're coming closer to you, or they want to come closer to you. They want to approach you. It could be another air sign because it is the Page of Swords, but it doesn't have to be an air sign. It could be any sign. It's just somebody who is seeking knowledge. They want to know more about you because they're interested in you. They're coming. Wanting to talk to you. Desire is to have that meeting, send you a message, communicate with you, reach out to you. Fear is that you may not respond, or you may see them as beneath you, because again, it is a page. It is not a knight, neither is it a king. You, on the other hand, will have words. The desire is to communicate. So you may want to speak to this person, but that's not everybody, because this could be a negative. This could be but this could be type of conversation that could turn into argument, and the back and forth can lead to nowhere, because again, it is a page. It is not a knight. It is not a king. Now here we have the Knight of Swords, reflecting that they may present themselves as a knight, but they really are a page. Again, truth, huh? You had a king who was probably overbearing, narcissistic. Now you're getting a page who wants to convince you that they're a knight. So you already see narcissism in here, or you see overindulgence, or you see blockage, or you see that you should block this encounter. That is really up to you individually, because I'm just saying that whoever's coming about or wanting to approach you, they are a page. And pages are on a lower level, where they are either very immature with experience, or they purposely just want a quick in and out. And okay, I understand. I don't want more than I can only give you this much. I can't give you a real relationship. I can only give you the beginnings. It will always be a beginning with me, and then I can't go further than a beginning, if you understand my meaning. I mean, take it as it resonates. Who are you hanging with, and who's talking to you, and who are you moving around with? They may be bringing in people who are on a lower level of maturity when it comes to relationships. So it really depends on the circle that you're involved in. And if your mind is in that format of, well, I'm only out for, and I only want, where you are now, like I said, becoming the monster that you just defeated, well, you can only hang out with pages at this point. The Seven of Swords is, for some, it will be just a pack of lies that this person is going to give you. For others, it is a plan that is to move away completely from this type, because you're following with, I know the difference between right and wrong, and I don't need that. And here you are very discerning. You are determined to not hang out or pick up riffraff. Because the Seven of Swords is either betrayal, or it is a plan of action that you are following, and you have a plan. So you could either be following that plan and knocking off all those riffraff that may come around you, or or you are going to be lied to with the conversation that you're going to have with this page. Now, let's not dig into it too much more. We have the Eight of Pentacles because details are coming. Abundance for some, maybe where you work. Maybe this is where you're working and you have people around you who are interested, wanting to flirt. It's that time of year where relationships are easy to have, etc. Or it could just be the beginning of a communication to bring a plan that you have ready to go into the stages of I want to move on with this, but I'm not, it's not very positive. This is not positive, what I see here. What I'm feeling here is quite negative. So the details of whatever the conversation you're going to have is going to make you want to step off and go on your own and say, you know what, could be that they want, again, putting down the burden, ending up of relationships, getting to the truth, cutting lies, cutting out the lies, telling the truth, having understood and being able to see and understand what a true commitment is, puts you in that light of I want to go further, I want to move along, I want to work on building up my faith in commitment so that I can have one later on. And that is a lesson, that is a life lesson that seems to be playing itself out here when Spirit will give you pages and knights when you are ready for a king, or to prove that you are ready for a king. And how do you prove that? You walk away from the knights and the king, the knights and the pages and the narcissistic kings. All right, let's take a oracle message because I'm gonna have to take a break between the next readings because of my cold. It's really bothering me. Libra. It's an interesting reading you have this August, with the devil being on your mind, all of the vices that you could get yourself into, and probably what you got yourself out of with that King of Wands there. Because now you're looking at pages, you're looking at knights, and you're saying, no, I'm taking care of me now. I think I need to just work. I need to work on certain behaviors, or I need to pay attention to the details and really spot them coming before they actually get to me. Oracle message for Libra is the Angel's Trumpet. That's interesting because we had that earlier. I forget who got it. 46. Let's see. Angel's Trumpet. Death. Breakdown. Cathartic transformation. Rising from the ashes. Elimination. Death. Shedding the old. Cutting ties. Walking away from narcissistic behaviors and type people and relationships that go nowhere, or put you in a disadvantage where you're giving and you become a slave to their passion. Yeah, death to all of that, I see. All right, let's go to the guidance because I really feel like I'm going to start coughing in a minute. So Angel Trumpet signals a time of catharsis or death. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. You may feel lost in your own emotional despair, depression, shame, or unworthiness. But know the angels of discernment and darkness are here to support you. We saw that with the Queen of Swords, and the Hierophant, and the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. We saw the Ten of Swords earlier too. So know that Libra, you are endowed with that Queen of Swords. And what her ability is to be discerning, so that you could spot them a mile away and know that you can walk away from these pages who mean nothing. Sorry. Coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within yourself catalyzes the greatest awakening. Deeply pause, let go of control, and witness the broken pieces within yourself with loving awareness. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for ritualistic death of relations, situations, or aspects of life. Bat, like angel's trumpet, signals catharsis and rebirth, signaling literal or metaphysical death of old patterns and worn out habits. Understand that you can reconstruct at any time, regardless of how shattered you might feel. And if you want reconfirmation on what I just read, just play back and listen to the first 3 to 5 minutes of this read, because that's what I'm telling you, where you step off and you say, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I don't want this anymore. I'm changing. I don't want to be in this type of relationship, etc. On that note, Libra, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.